Welcome back, YouTube, to another episode of the Culture of Currency. Before we get to today's content, I wanted to give an awesome shout out to Austrian Stacker. When it comes to history of European coins, this guy is the man. He also has a very unique perspective if you are a US stacker or collector. Check him out. I promise you will not be disappointed. Now for today's content. The coin we are looking at today was purchased from APMEX, like all of my coins, as part of my $100 challenge. If you do not know what that is, I recommend you go to my channel description. Today, we are leaving Earth and going lunar. That's right, we're looking at the 2020 Lunar Rat of England. I love most lunar coins and have a handful of them at the moment. This one is one of my favorites. The reason I respect the English lunar series is that the representations are more realistic, and I feel in some ways that the English influence in Hong Kong is fading as mainland China slowly eats away at the only shadow of democracy in the area. This rat will always remind me of the once strong union between Hong Kong and England. Before we get to the coin itself, we should educate ourselves on what the Lunar Series is and means. The Lunar Series is a series of coins in representation of the Lunar Year that we see in many Asian cultures. This is a year based on the movement of the moon. For many, this cycle repeats a new year in late January or early February, but there are countries like Cambodia that actually restart that cycle more towards April. There's actually some credible evidence out there that the celebration of the lunar year this year helped multiply cases in the spread of the coronavirus, but that's a topic for a different video. This is one of the most important holidays in China and is celebrated around the world. In the United States, we hold big festivals throughout the country, but most notably in San Francisco. In this celebration, families often get together, kind of like many Americans do for Thanksgiving. You are supposed to clean your house, which is symbolic of sweeping out the ill fortune to make way for the bounty of fortune the next year brings. Now for a spoiler alert. The next 3 years, we should have lunar coins of the ox, the tiger, and the rabbit. These animal representations are also part of the Chinese Zodiac, which is a 12-year cycle that hosts the lunar animal for a particular birth year. I was born in 1986, which makes me a tiger. The month and day I was born actually makes it more specific. It makes me a fire tiger, showing that this cycle can actually be defined by elements and animals, creating a more vast 60-year cycle, but that's information for another video. Let's talk about the rat and its qualities under the lunar and zodiac representations. The rat is part of the first trine, joining the monkey and the dragon. It is said that these 3 signs are great leaders, but can be a little unpredictable. The 3 are said to be intelligent, magnanimous, charismatic, charming, authoritative, confident, eloquent, and artistic, but can be manipulative, jealous, selfish, aggressive, vindictive, and deceitful. The rat itself has its own set of characteristics, like being inquisitive and a problem solver. There are many interesting tales of the zodiac. My favorite is often referred to as the Great Race, which is a delightful story. My favorite part is, however, how the cat did not make it as a zodiac animal. If you'd like to get to know a little bit more about the Great Race story, there will be a link in the description below about it. Now we have an understanding of the zodiac and the rat in general, let's go ahead and get to the coin and put it on our scale. When we look at the front of this coin, we see the Queen, which is not shocking seeing as this is an English coin. What I love, however, is that there's actual texturing. This does a number for the eyes and has to be one of the best queen-centered coin faces I have seen. I think it should earn a 7, which is very high for a queen-fronted coin. Let's take a look at the back. When we think of a rat, we think of an animal that is often seen as vermin or an unwanted nasty creature. The depiction here gives this very wise animal its deserved dignity back. We see an amazing depiction of the rat taking the smells of the night air. He is seen among the flowers. We also have a really interesting front with the description as well as a great addition in the Mandarin symbol for the rat. The background is carried over from the front to take away the negative space. I would never see myself giving a rat a perfect 10, but I think this is the time that it deserves it. Mintage is a fun one on this coin. We have 88,888 minted. What a weird number. This is a number that is symbolic in Asian cultures for good fortune and, more importantly, for good financial fortune. This is not the lowest mintage, but it is for sure not the highest. We give it a 7. Cultural significance is a little hard to grade. There's a ton of significance, but this is an English coin and not a Chinese coin. However, the argument that can and should be made is that this is a holiday practiced around the world as well as England. And England had a huge relationship with China through Hong Kong. I have some other coins from Hong Kong with the Queen's face, for example. This being said, I think with the blended nature of this coin, I can safely give it a score of an 8. When it comes to collectability, we have an awesome design. In a 12-year repeating series that holds value of an entire culture, the Lunar Year and Zodiac is something that is seen in every corner of the world. It has a decently low mintage on top of all of this. I give it a 10. Our last category is uniqueness. The coin is unique in the representation, but there are many lunar series on the market. Not many are this high quality. This may be my favorite lunar series. I give the uniqueness a 5. That brings our total score to 47 out of 60. My recommendation is to get one of these if you can, because the rat starts off the 12-year cycle. Then you can just pick another one up each year and have the entire set. I look forward to the ox next year. And I look forward to you staying classy and current with the culture of currency.